What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Commander's Crew, and today we have a one-round mock draft post the Super Bowl. We all just saw the Seahawks win the Super Bowl. Drake May look like Will Levis. A lot of teams have a lot of needs. At the Super Bowl, you already know we're in mock draft swing. We're completely on the draft. The draft is the most important thing now in the football world. With the combine in around 10 days, we have free agency in March, and obviously we have the draft in late April. Now, I'm going to make a video about post-combine players that jumped up my board and players who jumped down my board, and maybe also a free agency video, but you already know. We're going to be doing a lot of mock drafts. So, yeah, I apologize, by the way, for not uploading a video in around a month. I've been busy with school. I'll explain more in my video tomorrow. But we're not wasting you guys any more time. I know you guys have been waiting for this. If you guys haven't been at all, let's hop right into this mock draft. Starting off at number 1 to the Raiders. This is a very easy pick. It's Ruben Bain. I'm kidding. It's Fernando Mendoza. Good pocket presence. He has mobility. He has a good arm. He has good accuracy, and I think he does everything pretty well. It's obviously Fernando Mendoza here. It is the most obvious pick, in my opinion, and I don't think that's going to change for the rest. This is the most guaranteed pick in this draft. On number 2, New York Jets. I think what they do here is take possibly the best player available. I think that is, in my opinion, Arvell Reese or Caleb Downs. But I think obviously going off the position value, Arvell Reese is more valuable. So I think what they do here is take a guy like Arvell Reese. Why do they take a guy like Arvell Reese? Well, the Jets are a rebuilding team, and regardless if they take your Arvell Reese as one of the best players right off the bat, they're not going to be a good team. Sorry, Jets fans. But take a guy like Arvell Reese who has a really low floor but an insanely high ceiling. He can be better than Micah Parsons, right? He can be better than Micah Parsons, but I think he needs to be developed as rookie year. I think the Jets are a great spot for him to be developed. Take him over here, Arvell Reese. Arizona Cardinals at 3. Hey guys, I hope you guys are enjoying the video. I want to let you guys know that you guys should subscribe to the channel. Under 5% of my viewers are subscribed. And I'll be the one to tell you that it's completely free to subscribe. And if you change your mind, you can always unsubscribe. It will help out the channel so much. Enjoy the rest of the video. Look, you have some players that you can obviously work with. We have a decent offensive line, but it can be better. You have Paris Johnson, who is, in my opinion, a pretty good tackle. I think you can pair up and just knock out those 2 tackles. And in my opinion, take the best tackle on the board, and that's Francis Nangua. I cannot say his last name, but I think this is a really good pick. He is a right tackle, so he will not be new to it. See, he's right tackle. Paris Johnson's the left tackle. He had over 1,000 snaps at right tackle this year. I think he will be perfectly fine at the right tackle position. And pairing up with Paris Johnson could be insane. Number 4, the Tennessee Titans. This also gets kind of weird, but I think you go with most likely the best player available. You may need an edge player, So I think what they do here is just take, I think they take one of the better pass rushers in the draft. I think they take a chance here to take a guy like David Bailey, who, by the way, in my opinion, has dropped to my boards. I'm just being realistic of what probably will happen. I think at the very end of the day, David Bailey will have less worries than Ruben Bain, because Ruben Bain has really short arms. Who knows how they'll come in the draft? By the way, I'm going to say this right now. It will not affect him at all in the NFL. David Bailey has run stop issues, like run defense issues, and I think when it comes down to who NFL scouts and owners and evaluators look at it, I think they're going to worry more about the arms than run defense, which could obviously be developed, not something that they can't change, So, number 5, the Giants. I think this is where the top 2 tackles go off. It's Spencer Fano. Evidently, it's going to be Spencer Fano. Why is it Spencer Fano? Well, he's one of the better tackles. I know you have Andrew Thomas, blah, blah, blah. He's also right tackle. So it really does not affect and he's gonna go at right tackle, and he's not gonna lose a beat at all. Like for example, Josh Connolly, who was a left tackle but moved to right tackle. And in my opinion, Josh Connolly was really bad at right tackle for the start of the year, but he got really good come the end of the year. So I think this is a really good pick for the Giants. I would not really like this as a Commanders fan, because then they get two really good players, really good tackles. Browns at 6. I think this is a player that I know I want to take. I think it's going to be Carnell Tate here. I think Carnell Tate stays in Ohio. I think he's a really good wide receiver, and I think they're probably going to give Spencer Shedeur-Sanders or somebody else in free agency a chance to be the wide quarterback, because they're not going to find anyone. They're not going to take They're not going to take Ty Simpson, Trinidad Chambliss there. So they're not going to take either of those players at 6. And I think they take Carnell Tate, who is a top 2 wide receiver, in my opinion. Now you go into the Washington Commanders. You have a lot of players. So you have Ruben Bain, who might be the pick. You have Caleb Downs, who might be the pick. You have Sonny Styles, who, in my opinion, could very well be the pick of the Commanders. He's jumped off my boards a lot. And Mekhi Lemon, by the way, is officially my wide receiver. Mekhi Lemon is a player that after watching more of his film, more of his tangibles, he could really well be a top 5 wide receiver come later down the line in a couple of years. He could be the next JSN. He could very well be a player that we're looking at like, holy shit, why did we not draft this guy, right? I think 7 here, I think it's really evidence of what he could do here. I think it's either Ruben Bain or Caleb Downs here. Also Mansur Delane too. Mansur Delane, I told you guys he's gonna be a top 10 pick. He's already in top 10 pick territory. People were laughing. People were laughing at other people for putting Mansur Delane top 10. And now he's a top 10 pick. Now he's almost certainly guaranteed a top 10 pick now. And I think that's very well what's going to be the case. This is really hard. If you want to go Ruben Bain, you can go Caleb Downs. It's really whatever you want. But I think, in my opinion, if you want truly the best available player, a player that will be guaranteed to be well, I think Ruben Bain is very well going to be a great edge rusher. Caleb Downs is the next Sean Taylor, next Ed Reed. He's going to be so good. But one thing the Commanders suck the most at is turning over the football. And Caleb Downs is a ball hawk. And he knows how to tackle. Caleb Downs is very well the pick here for the Commanders. And I think that right there, that's an A+ pick. I think you fit your biggest need, and you can get an edge rusher. You can get young, good edge rushers in the free agency, and I think you just go Caleb Downs. You're not going to find a player with higher potential. I can't imagine any free agent safety for the Commanders being better than Caleb Downs to day one and down the line too. So, number 5, yeah. Number 7 is Caleb Downs easily. Saints at 8. I think it's evident. I think at 8 they see Ruben Bain. I think they are absolutely ecstatic. I think it's very well going to be Ruben Bain. And that'd be really, I'll be honest, that's going to be really insane. And I think here at number 9, I think they take a guy like Mekhi Lemon. Mekhi Lemon with Patrick Mahomes is going to be the best way for him to develop. And Mekhi Lemon with Patrick Mahomes is his best shot. Mekhi Lemon with either Jaden Daniels or Patrick Mahomes is his best shot at being a top 5 wide receiver. I think Mekhi Lemon with Jaden Daniels has a higher chance to become one of the better wide receivers in the NFL than compared to Drake May, Josh Allen. Why not? Because Jaden Daniels might as well be a better quarterback and might as well be a better quarterback in the next 2 years. I'm saying this right now. Don't be surprised when it happens. I'm never wrong, just early. Bengals at 10. I don't know realistically what do you want to do here. It's obviously going to be defense, and I think what we're going to do here is just take realistically the best player on the board, and that's Sonny Styles. Sonny Styles is an electric player. He's electric. He's a great linebacker. He's good in coverage, and he can even blitz the quarterback. He is going to be one of the better defensive players in this draft class. I think he's gonna be definitely top 5 at the end of the career in this draft class. And I think the Bengals need someone of Sonny Styles' IQ, athleticism, and ability all throughout the field. So yeah, Sonny Styles at 10. I think it's a great pick for the Bengals. Number 11, the Dolphins. I think this is where Mansfield Delane goes. Mansfield Delane, I love him. He's a lockdown quarterback, and I could definitely see the Commanders taking him at 7. I think he's also gonna be a top 5 player, top 5 defensive player in this draft when it all comes down to the end of their careers. But I think Mansfield Delane is gonna be a lockdown quarterback from day one, and the Dolphins could definitely use one. They could definitely use a guy like Mansfield Delane. Cowboys at 12. I think risky. If you look at it for what it is, I think it's evidently just going to be Jeremiah Love. I mean, they love taking Love. I mean, they love taking the most obvious pick. They didn't take it last year because Ashton Jeanty wasn't on there. Ashton Jeanty was a match made in heaven for the Cowboys. So I think they do literally the same exact fucking thing. I think they just take Jeremiah Love this time. They didn't get Ashton Jeanty last year. They got a good guard. I'm pretty sure it was Tyler Booker. Now they get the running back with a better offensive line. So I think that's a really good pick. Rams at 13. I think this gets really interesting. I think, like, I'm going to tell you this right now, it's going to be Jeremy McCoy. Why is it going to be Jeremy McCoy? Well, let me tell you, everyone's going to have him, yeah. He's number 2, if not Mansfield Delane. Why is it Jeremy McCoy? Well, I'll tell you, he's the best quarterback left on the board. And the quarterbacks are not really that good. I mean, their best quarterback is unironically Emmanuel Forbes. That's fucking horrendous. I'm sorry, that is really bad. So it's going to be Jeremy McCoy at 13. And it's either going to be Jeremy McCoy or Mansfield Delane. They cannot get away with having Emmanuel Forbes as your cornerback 1. Like, Emmanuel Forbes could... I mean, I think Emmanuel Forbes would be, if not better, as a cornerback 2. If not cornerback 3. I mean, he's not a cornerback 1 material, and we've seen that. He's just not good. He had a good 3 games, then I'll give him that. But outside of that, he's been fucking horrendous. Number 14, the Baltimore Ravens. I think the Baltimore Ravens would absolutely be ecstatic if they see a guy like Jordan Tyson here. At 14, I think Jordan Tyson, with injury. The reason why Jordan Tyson hasn't gone yet, in my opinion, because I think he has wide receiver 1 material. He's a top 3 wide receiver, obviously, in this draft. But why he's not the first wide receiver off the board is because of his injury history, and that's why he's fallen down on a lot of people's boards, and especially mine, too. But I think it's a match made in heaven. You get Lamar Jackson, a great wide receiver, if not a wide receiver 1. You move Zay Flowers to wide receiver 2, which is probably where he also excels. It's a great pick right here for Jordan Tyson. And for the Baltimore Ravens. Number 15, we got the Buccaneers here. This also gets weird, but I think this is realistically where I think a guy like Cassius Howell or Kendrick Falk may fall, if not a guard. I think it's either going to be a guard or a edge player. Let's find edge. Let's find guard. Yeah, interior offensive line. I think it's realistically could be either of these two. Cassius Howell. He's old, but I think I'll tell you this right now. Like, for what it is, I think Kendrick Falk here is probably the best pick here. I'm gonna take Kendrick Falk. He's a fucking freak. He's an absolute demon. And the thing about him is that he's one of the best run defenders I have seen come out of the draft in a very long time. But he's just not he's not that good at rushing the passer, and that's something he could develop it. And if he could very well be one of the best edge rushers in the NFL. But yes, that's a long way. That's a very long way for him to go, you know. 16, we got the Jets. Oh, I could get really weird here, and I could take a chance on a quarterback. You got Alvaro Reese. Want to take a chance here? Do you want to rebuild your defense? What do you want to do here? I don't think that's what they're going to do. I think what they're going to do here is just make their defense fucking insane and make them super gosh darn young. I think realistically what it is, I think what they're gonna do here, they're gonna take Arbor Reese and Peter Woods. Your defense is now ecstatic. Your defense is now actually going to be scary. Peter Woods and Arbor Reese, with given time and development, they could be one of the better. They could be really two great defensive players. 17, the Lions. I really do feel like this is more of a offensive line pick because I'll be honest with you, their offensive line was just not that good. And I mean, you can move him into center. He hasn't has he. I say that knowing that he literally does not have that much experience at the center position. But you also, I mean, he's also interior offensive line. But I mean, who would you rather want to go here? Would you rather want to go with? Like, would you rather want to go with? You want to go with Ion, who is in my opinion the best player available, or do you want to go Cassius Howell, who is in my opinion the best edge rusher left on the board? I think the pick here, it depends on either these two. It's like either pick your poison, but I think you need more of a center than a guard. And I think at the very end of the day, I think it's going to be Cassius Howell. But Cassius Howell is actually a position at need. You can pair him up with Trey Henderson. I hope I hope I said his name correctly. I'm sometimes bad with names. I apologize. Pair him up with Trey Henderson. Oh my God. That's nasty. You're gonna have two explosive edge rushers coming at your quarterback. That's gonna be scary. Like like Donovan Escaraku like last year. That's who I think Cassius Howell is, and Donovan Escaraku is a pretty cool fucking edge rusher in my opinion. Number 18. Sorry, we have the Minnesota Vikings. Here at 18, we don't know. I don't really even. My gosh, like this is a really hard pick to make. But if you want to go DB here, there is some DBs that you could really take here. You can go with Avion Terrell, who is unironically a worse Emmanuel Forbes. Or you can go with a guy like Emmanuel Warren. It's also kind of good. Secondary in the second round might be fucking sick. It's gonna be insane. But do you want to go for you want to possibly go for a type safety here? Or not? I mean, it's like realistically, like what do you want here? And I think the correct pick here is going to be DB, evidently. I think like even Terrell, he is like really small. He's young and he can be developed, and I mean you can put him on the outside. I mean you can do whatever. I'm taking everyone Terrell here. I think that's the best pick, even though he is realistically a worse Emmanuel Forbes coming out of the draft. I think it's just a better pick, and I do think he is a pretty good player. Carolina Panthers at 19. Like man, you just came off of a really hard-fought game against the Rams, who I thought would make the Super Bowl, if not win the Super Bowl. Realistically, what may just be the pick here? I'm getting spammed right now. I'm sorry. I think realistically right here, I think they go with Caleb Banks. Get anything on the defensive line. Pair him up with your star defensive line, defensive tackle, and you pair him up with Caleb Banks. And the defensive tackles are the new era. If you guys haven't heard, defensive tackles are absolutely ecstatic. And I think Caleb Banks is a type of a player that will be ecstatic. Play with he has. I mean, I just think he's a good prospect. He was really hurt, but he has shown that he can get to the quarterback in previous years. But I think that's a pick that might as well happen. Cowboys at 20. I'm just gonna take one of my more favorite players in the drafts. And that's like low currently. Sorry. Colton Hood to Cowboys. He's a good cornerback. He's really good. I think he's gonna go top 32. I think he's gonna be a first round pick. And you realistically can't even hate on it that much. So I think, yeah, Colton Hood here at 20 is a good pick, even though he is not really that proven. But like, I like him a lot. I think he could be a good fit for the Cowboys. Yeah, 21. Pittsburgh Steelers. Doop. Now, I mean, I don't know, do you want to take a chance on the quarterback here, or do you want to run it again with Aaron Rodgers? I think we'll know more about what this pick might be come closer to free agency, but I think what they're going to do here, I think they're going to need another wide receiver. DK Metcalf is not pulling off anymore, and I think Denzel Boston is, if not the best wide receiver left on the board here. Denzel Boston is the best available wide receiver. On 22, we got the Chargers. I think this is Ione. Like, you already have two great tackles. You already have Joe Alt and Rashawn Slater. Problem is though, low key, your interior offensive line is not that good. So I think Chargers taking a guy like Ione, who's the best guard and best interior, one of the better offensive linemen in the draft. Is this a really good pick for the Chargers? I think that's a steal. Eagles at 23. I think what they could do here is take a quarterback. I'm kidding. I hate the Eagles. The Eagles, they need a lot of stuff, right? I think it's one of the last year's. Last year's the last. I think we're not going to see the Eagles in the playoffs next year. If not the year afterwards, I don't think we're going to see the Eagles in the playoffs for a decent time. They're not really that good, so they have to hit on this pick here. And I think the best player that they could take here is TJ Parker, which gives them more explosiveness off the edge. And you have Jahad Campbell, who is a really good linebacker, but I think you get a guy like TJ Parker who is explosive and really athletic, and if not, was going to be a top 5 pick if he didn't have a down year this year in this draft. But TJ Parker is really explosive, and that might even be a steal of a pick when it is said and done. Number 24, we have the back with the Bengals. Browns. I apologize, the Browns. You took a guy like Garnett. I don't know what we're going to do with quarterback here. I might want to take quarterback here, but I don't know if that's realistically the pick here. So people have tackle here, and that might even be the pick here. We want to take a guy like Caden Proctor. I think Caleb Lumu is the best tackle available on the board. I think the Browns could snag him up right there. This is Cade McDonald. Their interior defensive line is terrible, and the Bears need it. The Bears need some more depth down there, and a young player like Cade McDonald from Ohio State. Number 26, the Buffalo Bills. I'm going to take a new way up. I'm going to take Casey Concepcion. He's more of a elusive wide receiver, and it's more of a stray away from Keon Coleman, who is a big body jump ball wide receiver. I think they need something more versatile and just take a different route at the wide receiver position in the NFL draft. So I think KC is a really good option. Number 27, the 49ers. I don't even know where they go here. I mean, you could very well go Caden Proctor here, who is really good, and you can move him up to right tackle. It's not even all that good, though. I mean, I will admit he's not really all that good. I think realistically, I think edge is in play here. I think our Mason Thomas goes here. Our Mason Thomas, he's really good, and he could very well be a higher pick post combine, post pro days. He's going to be higher on the boards. He's definitely first round pick in my opinion. I think he's worthy of that. At 27, 28, the Houston Texans. I don't even know. They have one of the worst offensive lines in the entirety of the NFL. Do you want to take I think what they do here is, I don't even know. Do you want to take a guy like Caden Proctor? Do you have any good tackles? I don't know. Right? But I think realistically, I think what they're gonna take here is take a guy like Hayden Proctor, right there. 29, we have the LA Rams. Do you want to take a guy that can develop in Stafford? I don't think that's really going to be a pick here. When we look at the picks of the Rams, we always take Jeremy McCoy. So, you want to take a tackle? Do you want to take a guy like Monroe Freeling? You want to take a quarterback here? I don't really know who they take here, but I think realistically, what might as well even happen here is that I think they could take Ty Simpson. I think, you know, I'm gonna pull it off. They're gonna take Ty Simpson. We've seen it before. We saw it before, guys. We saw the Packers take Jordan Love when they had Aaron Rodgers. Yes, Ty Simpson might be a little bit old, but we don't know how long Matthew Stafford has left. He could come in as a 25-year-old. Like, is a quarterback. Ty Simpson, he's more of a pocket passer, and you can start off at 25 years old and you're fine. 26 even. Like, it doesn't really matter. Then Broncos at 30. I think he's going to be Kenyon Sadiq. I think we just got to get him out of here. It's really hard to fit him in here. I don't think he's worthy of a top 15 pick as a tight end, but I think at 30 is really worthy. I'm going to give the Patriots an absolute ball here. You can take either Monroe Freeland or Emmanuel Pregnon. I love Emmanuel Pregnon. I think he is one of the better players in the draft class. It really depends on what they do here with Will Campbell. If they move, he would then tackle or move it into guard. I've seen it before, but I think what they're doing here, I think they're going to stick him at tackle. I do think he has really high potential to keep on being a really good tackle, and I think they're taking Emmanuel Pregnon in this game. Drake made a really good elite offensive line that he deserves. 32, the Seahawks. We just saw an absolute tear on the defense. They have one of the better defenses. I think what they do here, they can definitely take a cornerback here. You want to take Brandon Siss, get another South Carolina player in here. Reconnect him with Nick Mawari. You can definitely do that. Actually, I might as well even be the pick too. Actually, no, yeah, I think it's gonna be the pick. I think you're gonna lose. They're not gonna re-sign Tariq Woolen. I think this is a really good pick for the Seahawks there. So, looking at the draft, guys, this is my 1 round mock draft post the Super Bowl. Mendoza goes 1, Reese goes 2, Francis goes 3, Bailey goes 4, Fano goes 5, 6 goes Colonel Tate, 7 goes Caleb Downs, Ruben Bain goes 8, Lemon goes 9, Sonny Styles goes 10, Delane goes 11, Love goes 12, McCoy goes 13, Tyson goes 14, Falk goes 15th, Woods goes 16th, Howell goes 17th, Terrell goes 18th, Banks goes 19th, Hood goes 20th, Boston goes 21st, Ione goes 22nd, TJ Parker goes 23rd, Lomo goes 24th, McDonald goes 25th, KC goes 26th, Mason Thomas goes 27th, Proctor goes 28th, Simpson goes 29th, Sadiq goes 30th, Pregnon goes 31st, and Brandon Sisse goes 32nd. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to subscribe if you guys love football content, and especially the Washington Commanders. We'll be back here tomorrow with a 3-1 mock draft for the Washington Commanders, but I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.